podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris. How you doing, man?
I'm okay. Not really.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is that true, though?
I've gone back to work. There's a lot of...
Just you stop there. I've gone back to work.
Well, no, like, I'm usually extremely excited for the start of the school year. Like, I think last year I was talking about how great I was expecting the school year to head.
Yeah.
New principal, working on my program, all that, looking forward to graduating in December last year. This year has been a cavalcade of aggravation from the get-go. There's like been 1,000 microaggressions to the point that I'm putting together an official complaint and documenting. I got moved, but moving rooms is not that big a deal. I tried to argue with my principal to let me move to the second floor of the main building because the English teacher who was in my old room, that's been her only room for a decade. Like the second, kicked it. Since she came to the school, that's been her room.
Yeah.
Before her, there was somebody, and then there was me in that room. So I've been in my room since like 16. So I've been there 10 years. But it's not really my room. It's the school's room. And so now I've been moved. And it's kind of exciting. Once we were able to kind of help her get all her stuff upstairs, I could move my stuff around, and that's cool. But I've also been like, I'm no longer the department head. I have not been officially told I'm not the department head. It's just, I know who the new department head is.
Right.
And she's the only one been going to department head meetings. So some of the department heads went to that meeting and got told to get the hell out. They are no longer department heads.
So what are they even doing? Are they just like giving y'all a runaround?
Okay. Part of me feels like it's a personal attack. Part of me does. Because I was very, very close with the administration, and then my test scores were bad.
Right.
But I still moved us up by 4%.
Wasn't the whole school's test results pretty bad?
Our results, compared to other schools, were every single subject but science still grew.
Okay.
Like, before I had the American history class, we had a 4% proficiency. I raised it to 9% proficiency. I was supposed to get us to 33% proficiency. But they did not ensure kids actually showed up to school.
I mean, it sounds like...
I still doubled everything, but I didn't meet expectations. So I feel like there's some personal issue here. Now, coming from the outside looking at it, we had a bad year across the board. The entire administration has only been there since August or September of this last school year.
So this is a new,
like, the principal came in, and then all the other administration left because they did not want to deal with her. And then it was September before we got the current team that she has.
Right.
Now, from their perspective, they don't know any of us. They don't know any of what we've done, how much we've done in the past, all that. They just know last year's results. So I could understand coming in and you got these results, shaking things up. Also, I never wanted to be the department head.
Right.
But if you come like, hey, we're gonna switch things up, get some new perspectives. We're bringing in some new. We're bringing in some new people. We're going to see what the new people think and make them the department heads. Because since it's an unpaid position, I wouldn't be like, oh shit, yeah, take it. My brother would be like, take it. This is fine.
Yeah,
but just the lack of communication there. Also, all the department heads are now people she hired this year. Is weird.
Yeah, it's like she's
building her own little team.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
There's that. Due to some massive miscommunications, I ended up yesterday pulling textbooks out of the trash.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you want to talk about that? Or
yeah, I can. The thing with it is nobody technically did anything maliciously wrong. It was just a series of miscommunications that then resulted with me waist deep in a dumpster saving textbooks before a rainstorm.
That's fun. That sounds...
and I'm so happy that because there was a dude from Facebook that's is a shit stir in the community that was like, look how much all these rooms are a mess. Look at all this. None of these teachers are prepared. I'm like, well, you're moving around 2 entire departments. You're moving all English. Well, actually, every department. Math got moved to science.
Okay, so there's like, while all of this is happening, there's someone on Facebook
live streaming into the school because he is an alumni and on the parent board. And he came through, and the whole building was a mess all the way till yesterday. In fact, some people are they're going to be setting up their rooms tomorrow because floors were getting stripped. We're having water and gas turned back on to our science labs so that they can actually do like experiments with Bunsen burners and actually wash things and all that.
Yeah, do the science
so
things.
All social studies was in the science building, so they switched us and math. So math got moved out, so you had to move social studies in, and then all of English got moved upstairs. So you're moving 3 of your 4 major departments.
Right.
So, of course, the school's going to be a mess. Thank God because he was there when I was doing this. Thank God he did not come out, because if he had, he would have seen the teacher of the year for the entire district waist deep in the garbage, pulling out textbooks.
Tried to blast your ass on Facebook.
Well, no, they probably wouldn't have blasted me whatsoever. Just they would have blasted the school because you're not seeing that at the other 3 high schools. Right. And this guy does not like my current principal.
Okay, so he doesn't have an ire against like the teachers.
No, he has an issue against
the administrative,
against people who are doing things he doesn't like.
Well,
so I'm just going to say this: the headline "Teacher of the Year pulling textbooks out of the trash" is pretty metaphorical for Louisiana's education. Because I mean, the whole thing was a misconception because they were told get trash out of the hallway. And the people, two civics teachers are no longer teaching civics because we don't have to have 16 hours of it. We only got to have 7 because we had freshmen and sophomores take civics last year.
And then they ended up in there, and then they're like, oh, fuck.
Well, they put them out. Well, so they left, and then they got moved. So they have all these civics textbooks that they don't need because they're not teaching it, and they left them in the closets because half the time when you're a teacher, the closets in your classroom are stuff packed full of stuff that everybody's been squirreling away because we never have money for anything, and we don't have a book room at my school anymore.
So you had to like climb into a dumpster.
Any case, so they put those out in the hallway. Janitors threw them away because they were told clear it. And if it wasn't for the fact that all the books were right by the door, like I lucked out. I saved 2 classroom sets, did not get the teacher's edition because they were buried somewhere even deeper in, and I wasn't going.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to like...
I could open it up, swing it open. Thank God the janitors were there because I had 2 guys helping me. Loaded up a flatbed of workbooks, both the first and second half of the textbooks. And once we loaded that flatbed up, I was like, I'm not digging any further in because I'm almost getting cut by broken glass. There's stuff leaking. So anything past this point is probably...
gone.
Probably wrecked, but I got, like I said, I have 2 full classroom sets, plus the other civics teacher that taught it last year has it, but like, I was pissed.
I can imagine, yeah.
I sweat through everything I was wearing, and like I said, I was literally waist deep in garbage trying to get materials, and that's not on the admin, that's not on... The janitors, really, they were told throw away stuff in the hallway.
Yeah, and it was just like a cavalcade of like miscommunication.
It was a whole mess. And like part of me thought if I don't go in there and get those, I can do whatever I want because I'm going to say you don't have supplies for me and we don't have money to buy new supplies. And you told me I can't use computers, so I can't go do the online version of this curriculum. Because I can't use computers.
So part of you, like
part of me weighed petty, and then I went, I've been teaching 17 years. I'm an award-winning teacher with multiple certifications and degrees. I'm also an academic, part-time.
Part-time.
I don't know. I always say that because I always feel pompous when I say something like, "Oh yes, I'm an academic." No, I couldn't I saved other textbooks too. Like I found the old Glencoe civics book that I had that was the one you and I learned out of.
Oh my god!
And that I taught out of for years because we didn't adopt one. I saved a couple of the old American Republic from Glencoe. I saved the street law books that are for the criminal justice class. I saved a couple speech books. I saved 2 English books. Like, not that I will ever use those. It's just I really couldn't stand to see them get
thrown away. Get
tossed.
Well, I hope the rest of the year is at least a little bit better.
I'm looking forward to it. I didn't take any pictures, but I've set up. I got a couch in the front of my room.
And do you want to hear about a nice new cryptid? That's actually a pretty old cryptid.
I love that. I like that transition there.
Hey, maybe it'll make you feel better about like having to dig through garbage. Have you heard of the Cornish Owlman?
Is that the one up in Illinois?
No, it's in Cornwall, England.
Oh, okay. My
Hence
bad.
the name, the Cornish Owlman.
There's also a Cornish Owlman in...
To be fair, a Chicago resident actually went to this place and had a...
Okay, that might be why it popped up. Did you get this from the list?
I did get this from the list.
This is why I typed in Illinois cryptids and then the Cornish Owlman popped up.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, the thing is, it's like... It's one of those cryptids. Well, it's not one of those cryptids, but it's like sometimes you'll have like a list, and it's like cryptids that have come from this area, but it'll just be someone from that area.
It's just a story related there.
Or it's like the Mothman, where the Mothman was briefly seen in Illinois or some shit like that.
He showed up in Chicago. He had to get some deep dish and get a Chicago dog.
He's like, I just need that Chicago dog. I'm gonna go.
I will start this war. Chicago does have the best pizza style. The hot dog is weak sauce.
I don't mind the dog. I mean, my opinion with the pizza is more like a casserole, but I do like their pups. Is it called pup style? The thin crust that's in squares.
Yeah, the tavern style.
Tavern style. Yeah, I do like that one. Like, my favorite thick pizza is... This is probably a hot take. My favorite thick pizza is probably the Detroit style.
Garbage. No, it's actually fine. Yeah. It's fine. I prefer deep dish because... derailing before we get started. Deep dish pizza might actually be connected to the South.
Yeah, that's true. But anyway, so the Cornish Owlman, also known as the Owlman? The Owlman of Malnan. It's Malnan. Mawnan.
This Malnan.
Malnan. That's how I'm going to have to say it. I'm going to be saying that to it, and someone from Cornwall is going to be like, "Oi, mate." That's not how they sound either. I'm butchering everything from Cornwall.
You tried to do a Cockney. Cornwall is just... I will say this as a descendant of the Cornish. They are the rednecks of England.
But it is a cryptid that is spotted in the village of Malnan in the southwestern county of Cornwall in England. Malnan is a rural village in a civil parish that has around 1,700 people, made up of mostly of hamlets and churches. Like, it's a completely rural place with hamlets and churches. Although they apparently have what's called Victorian gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I looked it up, and I wasn't really sure how to, like, picture it. I guess it's just like a garden you can go, and they have, like, different varieties of plants there.
I think it's kind of just an ornamental, enjoyable space.
Yeah, like, I thought it might have been like a park type thing, but no, it doesn't look like a park at all. One of its major churches, St. Malnan and St. Stephen's Church, is a grade 2-star listed building and dates back to the 13th century. What the grade is it's their version of the historical landmarks thing. It's like cultural significance, but much older because 13th century fucking church. I don't even know if it's still in service anymore. I think it's just there. It's like one of those
the ornamental garden next to the ornamental church in the town.
So the Owlman is described as a tall, well, somewhat tall, 5 foot tall. I didn't see like towering, but 4 to 5 feet tall.
Okay. You would call a 5 foot tall person short.
Yeah.
When you start describing animals as 5 foot tall, it starts getting
a bit scary.
Like if you said, "Oh, that chimpanzee's 5 foot tall," I'm like, no, that's 2 foot taller than they're supposed to be. No, that wolf is 5 foot at the shoulders. No.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, just to get into something, like, people are like, oh yeah, chimpanzees aren't that, but like I've heard people say they would try to fight a chimpanzee. I'm like,
you get murdered so quick.
No, they might be only 3 feet tall.
They're all muscle.
They're dense. They're dense creatures.
They are nature.
They don't give a fuck.
They are the dwarven kind.
Yeah, I was going to say
nature, of all the primates.
And they have a low center of gravity. They will fuck you up.
They bite and claw at your face first.
Yeah, but covered in feathers, usually pale or gray feathers. Large claws or talons, sometimes seen as black talons. Glowing red eyes. And as you might have guessed with that description, he is sometimes compared to the Mothman. I haven't seen anything about him having mysterious powers. He's more of a, I'm gonna show up
and creep everybody out with my being a 5 foot tall. Okay, a 5 foot tall. 5 foot towel.
5 foot towel.
We're both just flubbing words, but if a 5 foot tall owl showed up, I'm concerned. That's a big bird.
A big, like a 5 foot tall bird. Like 5 foot wingspan is already a pretty big bird.
Decent sized bird, yeah. But like, think about shoebills or bone vultures or the harpy eagle.
Yeah, although I think shoebills aren't like super. They're not aggressive, are they?
Oh no. Okay. One, someone on the internet might add us with this, but technically you can have them as a pet. They're easy to domesticate. They're pretty chill. It's just they are absolutely terrifying to stare down, and they sound like a machine gun.
Yeah, I've heard the machine gun thing. I would think you would need a very large area and a special license. Like, more than just, I like exotic birds. I like exotic birds that are at least 50 pounds.
My name is Joe Exotic, and this is my bird sanctuary.
Oh, God, no. While the most popular story is in 1976, the real first story, quote-unquote, is often cited from the Cornish Echo, which is a fucking great name for a paper.
That would also be... Cornish Echo would be a very good dark folk metal band name.
That, too. Or it could be like a spell in D&D. You got the Cornish Echo, and it's just like a scream and breaks people's ears. Like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm saying.
You just yell the magic word, corn.
Corn. We're Celtic. Oh, yeah, because it's actually, Cornwall is one of the 6 Celtic regions. I learned, you know what? Like, there is, like, so much, like, stuff that I know about, but I don't technically know about, if that makes sense, because it's a lot of knowledge I learned through osmosis, and then I'll look it up, like, for the podcast, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
I kind of knew that.
It's like I kind of knew, like I knew, like what is it, Brittany?
Brittany in France is Celtic and closer to Corn. It's actually
it's like right.
It's right across from Cornwall, but it's closer in culture to it, minus the language difference.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, yeah, I think I knew about this. It's just I'd never think to look this up until now. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just like one of those weird things. But the Cornish Echo in 1926 chronicled a story about 2 boys accosted by what was described as a large and demonic bird. Now, I couldn't find the article myself, but there's a YouTuber named Shrouded Hand that got his hands on a book called The Owlman and Others by Jonathan Downes. And he said that the description in the article sounded much like a goose, essentially.
That is a demonic bird, though.
It is a demonic bird. I mean,
Sweet Pea at our zoo is an absolute terror and a jerk. Okay, this sounds terrible. I have booted that barn goose so many times at our zoo because he always just attacks you. He's old now.
Yeah, well, he'll die soon.
He's just I don't know, man. He might be a genus loci at this point. He's just an old crotchety goose that protects the lagoon. Man,
you never know. But yeah, so for some reason that always gets lumped in, like from what I heard from Shrouded Hand and from what I read places. It's just kind of, it's like the Smiling Man story, where there was like this one story about kids that like ran into a weird guy, and then that weird guy's story just got lumped in
with everything else.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a thing that's happening here. But the true first story would be in 1976, when a family was going to Monon for Monon. It's probably like Monon or something like that, or
that feels more French than British.
Maybe, yeah. But they were going for vacation when their two daughters, June and Vicky Melling, saw a winged owl-like creature over the St. Monin and Stephen's Church. The girls would run back to their parents, and the family was so frightened by the events they called off the vacation. So they were like...
Oh, Dad was waiting for this.
He was like, I don't want to be in this fucking town.
Who takes a vacation to Cornwall? Turns out there's actually a very large tourism thing we find out later.
There's probably is, because, I mean, Cornwall has a lot of, like, historical landmarks and locations and archaeological treasures and everything, because it is like in that Celtic circle. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I could see people going there. Why Monon specifically? Why would you go to a little hamlet or a place that just is made up of hamlets for vacation? That's another question. However, the story would get attention of a man named Tony Doc Shields. So, Tony, quote-unquote, Doc Shields. A writer and, quote, monster hunter. He would get in contact with the father, who initially thought it might have been a joke or a prank. And the father would not let the daughters talk with Shields, but he did give him a drawing that the daughters did, which if you look at the drawing, it's a rudimentary picture of like an owl man or like a bird man flies in any weather. Doc would also gather information of another sighting, this time a whole other set of girls that were camping who reported hissing, and the creature, like when they went outside to check, they heard the hissing, and then when they went outside, the creature jolted up into the air, and that's where they saw like the big black claws as it was flying up, just like straight vertical leap. Doc would report on this and coin the term Owlman. These stories would get the attention of the broader public. Over the years, there would be a few encounters here and there. Once again, we go back to the Chicago one. A tourist from Chicago would recount an encounter with the creature from 1989. I was gonna put more on that, but like it was still just like, I saw a creature in the sky. You know, a lot of that. I mean, there's also the disembodied hissing sounds and hoots throughout the years. In 2021, a foul-mouthed, F-A-L mouth. Falmouth man, thank you. Like Plymouth, okay, yeah. Now I can't say it again. Say it again.
Falmouth,
thank you.
I mean, I'm also Southern. That's how I would pronounce it, just from the spelling.
But he said he was attacked by the creature. And as of recently, there have been numerous evidence and captures of photos and videos, including from the YouTube channel Mark's Adventure Cornwall. Footage that was featured on the popular paranormal channel Nuke's Top 5.
Burger King foot lettuce.
No, that's Jill's.
Oh, that's right. Nuke's is not that far off in tonnage, though.
He's not that far off, but he's more expressive, and he can make jokes. Like, he'll sometimes make jokes about it, because I think he's at a point, it's like, I've seen like a bajillion of these fucking videos, so I'm just gonna...
It's like watching Full Neve do his reactions on TikTok or Slapped Hounds.
Yeah. So it's just like, whatever. Look at this fucking ghost, dude. So what could the creature be?
A goose. An unusually large goose.
I mean, that's one thing. I was going to say an owl. I mean, owls are native to the region. Also love to nest in towers, which old
Churches.
church has a tower, and they are notoriously stealthy, so they're good at sneaking up on you. And I don't know about anyone else who's ever been in the woods, but you will hear an owl. You will not see an owl.
Mm-hmm.
They just blend in. But also, that's kind of boring. So why don't we go with what some other supernatural explanations? So one idea is that is a thought form or a result of a ritual.
So like a tulpa.
Yeah, like a tulpa. So either, like, there was a story about some surrealist artist coming into town and trying to summon something, and it being that.
Of course, it's a surrealist artist that
Yeah.
would summon a devil bird.
Yeah, of course. An interdimensional being, although, again, I only saw that mentioned. I didn't see that ever, I never saw that really.
I mean, it's a good
elaborated
explanation for dang near every
Yeah.
cryptid.
Although I think the best explanation is it's likely just created whole cloth by Doc. Because one thing you need to know about him, he was also a showman and magician and was known for creating hoaxes.
There's a high chance, yeah.
Yeah. And he was also interested in what he called the art of myth making. And around the same time, he was promoting another cryptid called Morgawar, a sea serpent in the Falmouth Bay.
Bruh.
So, like, there were, like, some accounts of people being like, no, he talked with these people. He knew what he was talking about. And then there would be other people like, no, he's full of shit. So there was, like, some conflicting accounts here and there when it came to the creature. But, yeah. I'm thinking what happened is there might have been some stories out there. People saw some weird shit. Maybe they saw an unusually large owl or saw it at dusk and didn't really understand what they were looking at first. And then this dude just kind of took it and ran with it.
Well, like you said earlier, like wingspan. Even though an owl is not usually, they're what, at most 2 feet tall.
Yeah, they're not usually that big.
How big are their wings for that, though?
They're pretty big.
Like-
Like I think owls tend to have bigger wings.
A barn owl has almost a 50-inch wingspan.
Okay, so that's fairly big.
I mean, that's almost 4 foot.
Yeah, and
Well,
like
I mean, that's around 4 foot. Yeah, 49, 50 inches. So that's around 4 foot that's twice its height in wings. And if you were to see those wings open up at an
Yeah.
angle or something like that,
and there was an account of like someone seeing like something on the top of the chimney or of the tower of the chapel,
mm-hmm.
and then the wings unfurl and it goes away. It's like, okay, you probably just saw an owl just perched or some sort of animal. And I think it was like Eurasian eagle owl or something like that
Mm-hmm.
is the type of owl. But yeah, once again, this is just another small niche creature, mostly been featured on ghost shows, but doesn't have much reach outside of that, which is fine with me. I like little little niche things here and there. I can kind of see how people are like, yeah, this is kind of Mothman coded, because if you look at the art that's been
very
done,
similar.
yeah, very similar.
I mean, there's also that Mothman should have been called
The Owlman.
Owlman instead.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think the Mothman that name just caught on, and just people started calling it that. Whereas they're like, this was an owl, but also a man.
Owlman.
So it's an Owlman. Anyway, my sources are YouTube's Shrouded Hand, Creepy Folklore, The Owlman of Malden, YouTube's Mark's Adventures Cornwall, Wikipedia, various sources, including Cornwall, Owlman, Malden, etc. The Cornish Bird, the Owlman of Malden Smith, which Malden Smith is like another area in that same.
But that's like saying like Fairbanks, Sterlington area.
Yeah. Raz's Midnight Macabre, Myth and Legends, the Owlman of Cornwall, Fireside Horror, the Owlman of Malden, I keep wanting to say morning. Winged Humanoid and Cryptid Wiki, the Owlman.
Nice.
So hopefully that you got a nice little
blurb, a little bit.
Just a little bit of like, I don't know, man. I just hope your year gets a lot better.
It can only go up.
It can only go up. Anyway, we are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. We are also Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a group of friends who like to play tabletop games and video games for charity. Currently, at the time of this recording, we have just started our Extra Life season. We have switched to the blue banner over on Team Bonus Action, and we have everything up. Our team members are getting their individual accounts going. And yeah.
I set mine up as soon as I was able to.
Same.
Yeah, and we're also Brouhaha, which you'll see this posted
on
like
the 20th. We accidentally missed July because of I was in Atlanta and couldn't put it up to stream, so we're going to stream Pilsners and Pretzels the 20th of this month, and have, I believe, maybe in September sometime. That one might be focused on something else.
Right, yes. So yeah, check out that, and I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Look up at the roof. It's an owl.
Damn it, get out.
Who?
Get out of here.
Who?